Well, welcome everyone. This is PowerPoint Simulation 3B. I think you'll like this one. It's informative yet fairly easy to do. So let's get started. Here we are in slide 1. In the content placeholder, we're going to click a 3-column, 2-row table. That's pretty easy. We're going to click on something that looks like an Excel chart. So that's actually going to create a table. And we just need to change this to 3. And I believe 2 rows is good, so let's click on that. So now we have a 2-row by 3-column table. In the first cell, we're typing in athletics. And it tells us to enter tab. Remember, to go from cell to cell, you just hit the tab key. That works actually in Word as well as Excel. Then we're going to press leisure. So we need to be in the second column. Please forgive me, I had to put the video on pause as my phone rang. So I'm going to type in leisure here. And then we're going to type the tab key and arts. It says once again press tab and everything else is going to be filled in, which it was. On slide 2, we're going to put the insertion point in the last cell and hit the tab key, and that will create another table, just as it did in Microsoft Word. There are other ways to add another row, which you're going to see shortly. So we're going to type in the first cell, we're going to type in youth, and the remaining text will take care of itself. So in the table, insert a new column to the left of the first column. So I'm going to click here, and there are different ways to do it. Remember, I always recommend start with a right click. So if you start with a right click, you're going to look for insert in here, which I'm not seeing in here. Now remember, this is a simulation, so you're not always going to get everything in here. Normally you're going to see a insert in here, and it gives you an option to do. But I'm just going to click on insert here. You could also go up top here, and you would see normally a little plus sign where you could insert. But here is actually the insert in the middle. Here, it's not here, but here is an insert to the rows above. Or you can click on insert here. You can go into the design or the layout, depending upon where you're actually at. And here is insert above. So there's 3 different ways to do it. I'll just choose the insert rows above here. And it did not work. I don't know why. So let's just click on insert above here. Try it again. So if you do a bunch of different things and it doesn't work, you can always reset it. So I got rid of the mini toolbar and I'm clicking in here. When I did the simulation, previously, I just clicked on the insert up top here, insert above. And so that's not working in here. So if you have a thing you're trying to do, of course, the very first thing you need to do is read, which I'm trying to do these things by memory. So this one's on me. It says insert a new column. So let's actually insert a column this time. So here goes insert above, insert below, tells us to insert to the left. So now we actually got it right. I think they say the 3rd time is a charm. So let me go to the largest enrollments here. And nothing is typing. Let's try this again. Of course, we need to be in the second row. Again, I'm trying to do this by memory, which obviously is not working. And notice as I type, the width adjusts itself. So now we're going to type in primary market in the 3rd row. And insert a new row above. So we have this up here. So let's click on insert above. And that really worked. Let's try average, enrollment. And the remaining text will come out for you automatically. So here we're going to size the table. It wants the table border to be aligned in the lower half of the ruler at 2 inches, which is right here. So I'm just going to drag this down until we get to 2. Notice the little red line there. That will help you line it up. And we're right there. Click in the first cell and distribute the rows evenly. So I'm clicking anywhere in the first cell, and here is distribute rows. So you can click on that, and of course there's always the option to distribute columns. Select the table and center the text within the cells. Well, there isn't a little thing up top here to select the table, the little crosshairs. So we'll just go to select and select table. And then we're going to center the table within the cells. Now, don't confuse this, which is middle. It's the center vertically. And this is actually centers the cells. And then we're going to center the table vertically, which is this one over here. So now we're going to apply the light style 3 accent under light in the 3rd row of the table style. So we need to go into design. Here's our table styles. Here is light. 1, 2, 3, 3rd row, 4th style. And boom, that looks nice. So notice that you have every other row has a different color. So when we click the banded columns and uncheck it, that will automatically get rid of that. So now everything looks kind of the same as far as the fill, background fill. So now we're going to do band of columns. Now you'll see the same effect only in columns. So that was number 5 of 13. Move the pointer outside the table so it's positioned to the left of the first row. And we're going to select it. So you'll see a little arrow that points to the right, a dark black arrow. And there it is. There we go, finally. You could also select the row from the select. So now we want to position in here, and we're going to apply the round bevel effect. So we need to go, remember, if you click in design and it's not there, click in layout. Well, it is going to be in design. So we want to go to effects. We want to go to cell bevel. And we want to do the very first one. Now it looks a lot better when you have a blue background than it does with the gray that we have here. But I still think it looks nice. Change the font size to 28. So sometimes you can right click and change the font size in here, selecting in here. But in this particular case, we're going to go to the home, and we're going to choose 28. Now apply bold to the first 4 cells in the first column. Remember, this is column that we want to do, not the row. So let's select these first rows. You could also go up top here and select it, and we're going to click on bold. On slide 4, in the content, we're going to do a clustered column chart, which I believe is going to pop up automatically. So we have a column and a clustered column. So this gives you a preview of what it's going to look like. Click on OK. And it automatically appears right before your very eyes. So in the chart here, now remember, if you need to get to the chart, you're going to right click inside the chart and choose Edit Chart Data. So we're going to type in here in B1, Athletics. Now, do not hit the Tab key to go to the next cell. It'll mark you off. Hit the right key, the right arrow key. The reason being is because you're going to end it with a tab. So we want to make sure we're going to use the right arrow key, and that'll take us to the next one. Type in leisure and then arts. Then arts. And now hit the Tab key. Everything else will get added automatically. And close the chart data. So here we go. That takes care of that. On the chart tools, design charts, we're going to put in style 5. So we're already there. So that happens to be the 5th style. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is style 5. And then to the chart, right-click Elements. We're going to remove the chart title. Notice this is a chart title, not this up top here. That's an actual title of the slide. So let's just click here, and it may go to the left or may go to the right when you click on it. In this particular case, it's going to the left. Often it will be to the right. So we're going to get rid of the chart title. And then we're going to close the chart elements. You can do that. Just click anywhere outside of it. In slide 5, in the content placeholder, insert a line markers chart. So we're in line chart 5, slide 5. Here's our chart. And we need to go to line. And here is line with markers. Notice that whenever you put your mouse over it, you can see exactly what it is. Here's our line with markers, and we'll click OK. In cell B1, type youth. Hit the arrow key, adult. Now do not type the semicolon that is there. Only type what's in blue. Type in senior. Hit the tab key, and boom. So we're going to delete row 5 in the worksheet. So we'll just select the row. I'm going to right click and choose delete. Use the chart style button to apply chart style 6 to the first line of the chart in here, to the line chart. So we're going to go to design, and we're going to do 6, which I believe is this one right here. And I think that looks pretty nice. Change the chart title to by age. Now you can click in it. If you type in by and it goes away, that's fine. If not, just make sure you select the text. So in this particular case, it's working just fine. And then we'll click somewhere outside the chart. To chart 4, we're going to do a fade entrance animation. So let's click on slide 4. So now, one of the things is it's a little bit tricky what they're actually asking you for. It's not the transition fade here. If you click on it, it's going to tell you it's wrong. It's a fade entrance animation. So you can tell that that's right off the bat that's not correct if you click here and you don't see anything that says entrance. So what we need to do is click here in the chart, and we need to go to animations. Then we're going to click the arrow over here, and here's our entrance. And then that's fade. Change the sequence option to by series. So find the sequence option. So you can look over here and choose effect options. And it tells us by series. And then we're going to preview it. There's a preview button right over here. And then we're going to change it back to one object, which normally is what you want to do. Duplicate slide 5. The easiest way to do it is hit Control D, but you can right click and choose duplicate. On slide 5, enter the chart data in PowerPoint window to 2019. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose, we're not seeing the edit data. So once again, I did not read on slide 5, and I happen to be on slide 6. So here we go, we're on slide 6, or slide 5 now, and here is the edit data. And we don't really need to edit it in Excel. We can edit it right over here. We're just changing this from 2022 to 2019. And everything auto-completed. So we'll close the chart. Apply the morph transition to slide 6. So let's click on slide 6. Here's transition. And here is morph. Then we're going to change the duration to 1. So you can click the down arrow 4 times, or you could manually type it in. And on slide view, view the slide from the current slide. A shortcut for that is to hit Shift F5, but if you can't remember, go to slide view, slideshow, and you can see current slide. Notice that it does have Shift F5. And let's see what I did wrong. Advance to slide 6. Notice, so I need to be in slide 5 and current slide. And I'm going to use my right arrow key to go to slide 6. And to return to normal view, just hit the escape key. And that is everything. So hopefully this helps you, and look forward to seeing you in our next class.